My name is Jeff, Team Nuremberg, and I'm here to give you the update of Sprint 2. Team consists of me, Josh McMillan, Cy Nguyen, James Oliver, and Casey Paul. We're going to jump right into Taiga and see kind of our scrum board. We had an 85% completion rate with 25 closed tasks and two open ones. So as you can see, this is kind of our burn log. Take a look, we evenly tracked. And as far as the tasks that we missed was display topics in the topic screen for that lecture day and make changes to calendar to display top events. Those are part of user story 46, but we had some other stuff that actually got completed. First thing I kind of want to go over is kind of Psy kind of did this reverse engineering, and specifically, oops. So Psy kind of just magically went ahead and did a pretty much UML diagram of the pretty much the original memoranda, and specifically learn from it and see how we can make improvements and make changes, which he exactly did by changing things from project to course, which we'll see when we open up ClassFlow. But I just kind of wanted to show this and say, awesome, bravo Zulu. And as far as that, we kind of have even breakdown of people and what their tasks are and what their user stories were. So overall, we did pretty well. And we'll just jump kind of really specifically, right into ClassFlow. And kind of what we talked about, you would kind of have UI changes. We discussed that instead of projects, we have courses, and that's pretty much, Cy working on that, and he did a really good job there. The other thing I kind of want to talk about, we had a user guide, I believe, so guide, and this was kind of made by Josh. Josh did a great story. It was a part of user story 60. Kind of worked on that for Sprint 2. I want to highlight that. And what's cool is because you also have kind of what's cited. We change this to courses and kind of can display that here. And each one of these courses can have independent information on the sides as well. And so going back on our side menu buttons, we kind of James kind of worked specifically on topics and assignments. So pretty much almost everything in these UI elements specifically, having all these different things like lecture, assignment, quiz. Uh, James kind of knocked it out of the park here. We still have some UI discrepancies that we might deal with specifically in Sprint 3, but over that, the product itself looks great and kind of does what it kind of needs to do. As far as to-dos, that's kind of what I did. Is I kind of just kind of changed, managed this from notes into to-dos, refactored that whole thing. Those are part of user story 80. And in the specific case, Paul knocked out of the park with specifically, adding documents, and this is instead of files. And this is specific for students who just want to upload their notes or anything like that. They can kind of do that there. So we have documents where you can upload your notes. We have to-dos where you can specifically, add certain things, create new lists, like a new list here. If I can spell new list, it kind of shows up right here. Want to bookmark it, you can do that here. Same thing with assignments. New assignment. Big test. This is exam. Okay, new assignment right here. That's awesome. And like I said, you obviously, if you wanted to make new course, and all that information, like I said, is independent. Wherever you've created it and what course, it saves it there. So that way, teachers and students can have different, saved information. And so specifically, this is ClassFlow. This is our project. This is kind of the end of Sprint 2. Sprint 3, we plan on kind of cleaning up agenda and a couple other things. But so thank you for the tune in.